Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a second. Sorry for a late start. All right, let's turn the camera on. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and happy, what is it, Thursday? Jeez, where did the week go? Where did the week go? Let's say hello to everybody and let's begin. Let's get this party started. Good morning, Cheese Gray Trader, Devin, Steven, John, Kevin, Gregory, Larry, Richard. Good morning, Vertuvian, Ivano, David, Richard, Javad, Mark, Jean, Chad, Steve, Moondog, Blair, Mike, Jill, morning, Jill, Arnulfo, James, Tom, Dave, Lydia, Ray, Naples fan, Ricky, Peanuts, Kevin, Wayne, William, JB, C. Fazio, SB, Moondog, Sergey, Don, Brian, Cam. Good morning, Cam. Genevieve, good morning. Good morning, Wardog, Mark, Ruth, Pat, Raj, Duzzy, Harold, Tom, Illinois Grain Farmer, Lloyd, Hopium, Clay, Waterford, James, Wade. Good morning, Wade. I hope you got my email that I responded to you. Today's session will also be very helpful to you, by the way, if you're interested in that. Wade was asking me questions about AlphaZone Pro. CJL, Harry, Bancroft, Robert, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. John, Ricky. Got a lot of people here. That's what we got. Let me just, I don't want to be rude to anybody. Let me go back. John, Ricky, Jason, CJ, Diana, Walt, Eduardo, Afadias, Anukumar. And if I'm mispronouncing somebody's name, I am so sorry. That is the last thing I want to do. It really is. Uh, Penny, morning, Penny. Good to see you here. Patrick, Stan, Jesse, morning, Jesse. Happy Thursday to you too. Doris, Stacy, Dave, Matt, Alexander. Hey, morning. Wesley, Elevation, Kirk, Henry, Tony, David, Stephen. Hey, Stephen. Hope you're watching that hymns. I think you were the one that emailed me about hymns. Al, Eagle Beagles in the house. Whitco, HG, morning, HG. Or good evening, depending on your time zone, or afternoon actually for you. Richard, Sin, Randy, Steven, Jody, Carlos. You know, Carlos, I was thinking exactly the same thing when I was writing up my title. I can't believe it's still. I was thinking exactly the same thing when I was doing my report this morning. I can't believe it's the last day of the month. Helen, Lewis, just Jen. Oh no, just a minute or two, Jen. I got too busy working up my diagrams and all. Michael, actually, I got that. What got me here was Gramster's telegram that he's starting at 10. He usually sends it at 8, so I saw I was late. So his telegram actually got me going. Um, Kimmy, George, Michael, DB. I can't pronounce your name. DB Brew. DB. I'll just call you DB. Scotty, Ron, Kevin, Martin, Morning, Michael, Ray. We're going to get into everything right now. You guys are going to see why we itemize everything and why we go through Catalyst. It's going to be very important today. Is just such a great example of why you have to be aware and why coming to this show is so important. I'll explain it to you. Stephen, Richard, Krish, Ellen, Afshin, good morning. Ira, Gustavo, Stefan, Doug, Bugs, Mike, Kathy, Omar. Good morning, everybody. I apologize. I was a few minutes late. Yesterday, I was a few minutes early. It's only because I'm sitting here and working this up for you guys. That's the only reason this is happening. Hope everybody's doing great. Hopefully, everybody's having a great Thursday. Funny enough, I was less tired yesterday than I was on Tuesday. My wife is back home from Tampa. I'm not home alone anymore. I've got someone actually to watch over me. Good morning, Kenny. Carlos. Good morning, Puerto Rico. No water, no Wi-Fi signal. Oh, it must be here regardless. Oy vey. Rekusin, good morning. Jimmy, good morning. So before we start, a few things. If you are new here, you know how I roll. Please go to the gearbox at the bottom right of the video and make sure you're watching at 1080p. Auto, if you're not on an Ethernet hardwired, it's gonna screw you. I'm telling you. Flick it to 1080p. I'm going to start broadcasting at higher. If I can, I'll start broadcasting at a higher level, but I think this camera only goes to 1080p, which is fine. Bob, good morning, Bob. My actuary, Kay Lopez. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Yep, wife is home. I'm late. Exactly. Yesterday, wife wasn't here. I was 5 minutes earlier. And also, if you don't mind, if it's not too much bother, please give us a thumbs up, which is right below the gearbox. Uh, just one time, one time. If you do it twice, it'll delete what you wrote before. And again, just wanted to say I appreciate all of you. Krish, Dollar Bill, Kay Lopez, Wayne, William. Um, Now, the last thing I want to do before we begin, I want to give you my small cap stock for today. So here are the two small cap stocks for today. I always give you my two small cap stocks for today. VRME. And we want this baby to trade above 143, 144, above the high right here. It's already trading above the 200. So this thing can move. Okay. And it has a crazy volume this morning. When I say crazy volume, I mean like 12,000% higher than usual. This is in play right now. You only want stocks that are in play. And then the second one is SNGX. It has till about probably a little over the 200, but I would go long around 215 on this one. 215. If they don't do anything, don't do anything. You understand? So again, VRME only above 145 or 143, and SNGX only above this level, above 215. If it doesn't do anything above 215, you don't want it. Now, trust me on these things. You don't want to chase these, and you don't want to chase these things. You really don't want to chase these things. Okay. So just put your alert there and have it come to you. Okay. How do you avoid? That's how I avoid pump and dump, Jen. That's how I avoid it, by picking key levels. See, if it goes during the session above this pre-market open, that means it has some oomph. That means it has some buyers. But that's the best way to do it, the way I'm telling you right now. By picking stocks that have crazy volume, by picking stocks that are doing something amazing technically, and by finding price levels where retailers are not trading them. That's how we do it, Just Jen. So by finding stocks that have, look, let me show you. I just deleted it from here. Anyhow, I don't want to get into this right now because I have so much to talk about, but I'll show you. One of these days I'll have a session on it. That's right, Naples fan. That's right. VRME above 143 and SNGX above 215. Okay, let's get into today's session. As you guys could see, NASDAQ is up big. Now, you know how I always dissect the market? And you guys know how I always am telling you all the issues, all the problems? Well, today, that's going to be really, really important. Okay. Really, 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 really important. Really important. Because not everything looks the way it appears. So you come in this morning, you look at the market, you're like, oh my God, NASDAQ is up 278 points. S&P's up 54 points. This is going to be a crazy market. Not so fast. Not so fast. Not so fast. Don't get so excited so early. Okay. You're welcome, Peter. Not so fast. Oh, I forgot. Almost forgot before VIP room. I know you guys love the VIP room. I know people get a lot of value from the VIP room. You guys want to know what the agenda today is going to be? Let me tell you the agenda. What's the difference between day trading stocks and day trading indexes? Huge difference. Should you use limit orders or market orders when day trading? Which assets offer the best leverage for day trading? When to turn day trades into swing trades? Why we don't day trade the first half hour of the day? How to identify a trend day versus a choppy day during the first half hour, first hour of the day? Why ATR should always be on your charts? Okay. And Matt will show you the selection process for end of the day lottery trades. Those are his. I don't, those are not the end of the day lottery. It's all Matt. That's not my system. That's his. Up this much make me think it's going to be a drop. Well, do you guys remember what I told you yesterday? Do you remember what I told you yesterday? If you don't remember what I told you yesterday, I'll remind you. You don't have to worry about it. Plus, there's an hour-long video. So the market is going to get into the 8-day EMA. Do you remember that? Do you remember when we were all the way up here 2 days ago? I said the market's aiming for the 8-day EMA. Do you remember? What did the market do yesterday before going higher? This is this morning. What did the market do yesterday? That's the 8-day EMA. It pays to listen to Uncle Roger. By the way, did anybody make money in TMS? TMS, Oracle, any of those stocks we've been trading? Let me know. You guys remember yesterday? Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I drew this line. Look at where the 8-day moving average is on the NASDAQ. Look. Huh? Did we hit the 8-day EMA? Did you need to rush into anything? No. No. Harold says yes. Okay. All right. Let's see. One second. Okay. Sorry, I needed to update Matt with something. Thanks, Cam. Sure as heck bought off the bottom, made money on TSM, held it overnight. I wouldn't be holding anything overnight right now. Good. I'm sure you people hate the pit. Yeah, the people just hate the pit. I sure as heck bought off that bottom, though. Couldn't help myself. Yes, you told us, listen to you about VWAP and got multiple contract call on SPY yesterday. Good. Okay. So what's the problem today? What's the problem? What's the problem today with the market? And don't forget Customer Service Live, folks. The best place to be. When you're not with Uncle Roger, the best place to be is Customer Service Live because they can answer all of your questions. There's the link right there. Okay. What's the problem with the market today? Can anybody tell me? Let's go through our catalysts. Before you get so excited about the market, let's talk about our catalyst. Let's take this puppy apart and see if the market's really strong or if this is just a bunch of smoke and mirrors. Don't you want to know if this is a bunch of smoke and mirrors or not? What's our catalyst for today? I'll start here first. Alan says mags only. Really, Alan? Mags only, huh? You mean mags only? Well, let me ask you a question. Nvidia's a mag. How come SMH is down today? Alan says, you see, Alan, where was Alan? He just said something a minute. Alan says mags only. Alan, unless you know the answer, don't post information here. You're going to get a bunch of people off whack. Few stocks participating, jobless. Well, let's start off with the good stuff. All right. Are chips participating in this rally? Wait a minute, Roger. I don't understand. How can QQQ be up 7 points, 1.32, and SMH is down? And ever since last night, SMH has been going straight down. And we all know what happens when SMH goes down. Maybe it's because ARM is down 8%. Oh, I didn't know that. According to who was it, Allen or somebody? It's just Mags today. Right, Allen? It's just Mags, right? ARM doesn't have anything to do with mega caps. No, of course not. No, no, no. It's just all Mags today. That's the ticket. Yeah, that's the ticket. Or how about Qualcomm? Oh, Qualcomm is down 5%? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. So things are not looking as pretty as you thought they did, didn't they? Now, what about RSP? Wait a minute. RSP is down points. I don't understand, Roger. You what? Yeah, that's what it is if you don't come to this morning analysis. You come in and you think you know what's going on, and then you come here, Uncle Roger dissects it for you, and you realize you got to keep coming here more often. So now let's back away, start at the beginning, and we'll go through the everything. But folks, sometimes things are not the way it's appear. Now, Richard Feinberg, I want to ask you a question. How valuable is my catalyst going into a session like today, knowing that Qualcomm and ARM is down, Richard Feinberg, which you just wrote here, and I saw you writing before, not everything is up. Richard Feinberg's got it. He's figured it out this morning. Mm-hmm. Hey, Gaston, I haven't seen you here in a while. Are you back? Haven't seen Gaston. Gaston, send me an email. Let me know how you're doing. So does everything? So when you look at the market, does the market really look this peachy? By the way, Russell is down on the day. The Dow is not above over 150, which is random. Today's a really good idea to listen to my dissection talk. If there's one day in a year you want to hear my dissection talk, it's today. Now, Richard Feinberg got it right. A lot of you got it right. I'm just picking on Richard Feinberg. Yeah, Gaston, I got to know. I haven't seen you in a while. Back in Europe from holiday, we'll send you an email. Yeah, send me an email. By the way, we've been Gaston. We've been obliterating it in the pit, like obliterating it. Uh, so Richard, you got it right. If you don't know what the catalysts are, you're going to be coming into the session like a sitting duck, thinking that you should be buying the market today. Hold off. Let's get past the analysis first. Yep. Richard says most valuable. Yep. Richard is on point. Exactly. So this morning's analysis, you're in for a treat. There's a lot of things going on that you may not be aware of. First, have we had the employment report yet? No. Have we had the jobless claims report yet? No. Are they going to be a major catalyst for today? Yes. How about gold? Is gold not a catalyst today? Gold is breaking the 100-day moving average, and US dollars breaking higher. These are not catalysts today? Yes, they are. How many of you got it right? Not one of you. Gold and US dollar is breaking out of key levels. That's a major catalyst today. US dollar going higher restricts the amount of investments coming into US from foreign countries. This is not that bullish. This is not that bullish. China has a lot of gold. This is bearish for China. Bearish for China is not good for USA. That's a catalyst right here, guys. That's a catalyst. Today, US dollar and gold is a catalyst. Gold is breaking down, or at least at the 100-day line. It's below my thing, and US dollar is breaking up. That's a catalyst. That's a catalyst. Gold, USD, that's a catalyst. Okay. Yes, chips are definitely a catalyst today. Okay. What about earnings? Hey, Qualcomm, ARM, they also matter. It's not just Microsoft and Meta. These matter a lot. A lot. And so does Carvana. It's a consumer discretionary stock. There's a lot of catalysts today. Yeah. Yeah. How about China? Ooh, China's coming off. China's at the VWAP now. We're almost at the 100 day. We're starting to lose elasticity from China. We're starting to lose elasticity from global economy. US dollar's getting stronger. We're almost at par. One of the biggest investors in the US has been foreign nations. With US dollar going higher, that's a catalyst. That will stop. That's impactful. China is cooling off. China is one of the biggest holders of gold right now. Not good. How about all those stocks in the US that follow China, like the Babas and all that? They're going to get weakened. Gold is a catalyst today. US dollar is a catalyst today. None of you guys got that. Okay. Bond market is consolidating. It may be a catalyst today if we see price getting above this level. We'll see what happens during the report. As far as expectations of the report, jobless claims, as you guys know, I'm expecting the number to be in the low 200s because it's been there for the last 8 years. No joke, it's been there for the last 8 years. It's been right around 220 for as long as I've been doing this show. One or twice it went up to about 275. I got scared and then it went right back to 200. So I'm expecting the number to be in the low 200s once again. Personal income will be interesting. Now here, I don't know what to expect, but here's the numbers that I'm looking at. I think it's going to be in line. I feel it's going to be in line, but I don't really. Here. We want price index, all right, to go down. Okay. So let's see if we have inflation here or not. Okay. But I think they're going to come out as expected. I don't think it's going to be a big number. Okay. I don't think it's going to be a big number. All right. So that's coming out at 8:30. You also have Chicago PMI. But generally speaking, with the mega caps and the chips selling off and the mega caps rising and these news, I don't think Chicago PMI and natural gas report or the employment index is going to have a major impact. I do have the bond market on right now, and we're watching it closely. It's been moving up the last couple of hours, about an hour and a half. The key levels for bonds right now is you're right below the 100-day line. You need to get above this, but there's a lot of resistance here, and we're kind of pinched right now. Again, let's keep an eye on seeing what's going to happen. I don't have an estimate. I really don't. I don't have an estimate. Crude oil is still doing absolutely nothing, although if the U.S. dollar keeps going higher, it will cause energy markets to start cooling off a little bit because it's priced in U.S. dollars, okay? Price index and inflation, similar, Rick. Very similar. Okay. Richard, we got to get you here to Florida so you could save taxes on your state tax. You're paying a salary. You're paying a person's salary. Well, you're going to be paying at the end of this year, Richard, somebody's salary in state taxes. Why do you think I moved to Florida and brought my parents here? The amount of money I'm saving on, I'm not joking about this. The amount of money that I'm saving on state taxes, I provide for my parents completely. I completely support my parents by the money that I save from taxes in the state of California. If you guys think I'm joking on that, I'm actually probably saving money by completely paying for their house, all of their expenses. Is cheaper than the taxes that I would pay in California. And I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. We'll talk about it, Richard. We'll talk about it. Yeah, there you go. Michael, that's not such a bad idea either, by the way. My wife and I talked about it, but I'm not going to do that. I have too much family here, but that's not the craziest idea ever. All right. Bitcoin is still holding on. Remember, it doesn't have correlation to US dollars. And the fact that US dollars going higher may put some pressure on these assets and may put some money back into Bitcoin. Okay. Also, the fact that gold is going down. Well, I kind of just said the same thing. I'm going to say the same thing backwards. The fact that US dollar is going up and gold is going down may cause investors to take their money out of gold and put it back into cryptos. The fact is, cryptos have been holding on really, really well. And there is some correlation between mega caps and cryptos. So I wouldn't be ruling them out. Now, I don't want you guys to get into this trading range right here. This is just garbage right here. So we want to wait till we break above 94.50 or so. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love California. It's the most beautiful state, but taxes in New York and California are just insane. Insanity. I mean, just insanity. At some point, you have to kind of say, look, let's be real here. If I could save a couple hundred thousand, if I could save $200,000, $300,000 a year in state taxes, maybe it's worth it. Also, I hardly pay anything for my children's education here. School here is like $6,000 a semester. I mean, it's laughable how cheap it is. Texas too. Texas too. Yeah, almost moved to Texas, Buck, but I wanted to. I like Florida a lot, but Texas is great. Texas is a great state. Great state. Okay. Also, again, just to remind you, we have VIP room at noon today. I'll get to the good stuff in a few minutes. We've got VIP room at noon today. My agenda for the VIP room today is what's the difference between day trading stocks and indexes? And I'll give you my watch list. I have a watch list today too. Should you use limit orders or market orders when day trading? Which assets offer the best leverage for day trading? When to turn day trades into swing trades? Why we don't day trade the first half hour of the day? How to identify trend days or choppy day during first half hour? Why ATR should be your on your chart if you're day trading? How does Matt select end of day lottery trades? Those end of day lottery trades are just his. I don't deal with those end of day lottery trades. That's all the imbalances. That's 100% Matt. All the other stuff I deal with, but the lottery trades, that's Matt doing his thing. Um, all right. All right. So let's talk about the market now. Let's break everything down and let's talk about catalysts. So, folks, what are the catalysts for today? Don't worry, you've already given them to me. So let me tell you what the catalysts are for today. Fed data, Fed data, mega caps, chip stocks. Oh, yeah. Cars, consumer discretionary cars, gold, US dollar, and copper. Let me ask you guys a question. I'm not 100% on this. Did Trump make the announcement on copper, the latest announcement? Did it happen during market hours yesterday, or did it happen after market hours yesterday? That's the only thing I'm not sure of. If it happened during market hours, it's not a catalyst. If it happened after market hours, it's a catalyst. Do you guys remember? Can you help me out? Can you tell me when Trump came out with that? Let me know. During market hours. Okay, then it's not a catalyst. Then copper is not a cat. I thought he made another announcement after market hours. I wasn't 100% sure. Thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate that. I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. So forget copper. So gold USD, which will have an impact on all these other things. Consumer discretionary, you got cars, you got Ford, and you got Carvana. You got chip stocks, mega caps, and Fed data. Now, let's take a look at the bond market so we could see if there's any kind of reaction at all. What happened? Where's the beef? Nothing? No reaction? Let's see. Yeah, okay. You see what I'm saying? Okay. You see my point? Remember I said about 221,000? Look at the 4-week moving average, 221. There's nothing even to there's nothing to talk about here. The jobless claims are just not getting higher. I know you want them to, but they're just not getting higher. Okay. Personal income. Let's take a look. I don't see that number being out. Bond mark are my quotes like dead or something? Let me close them here and turn them back on here. Looks like they're not moving. I'm going to restart my computer. I mean, restart my quotes. 1 second. Okay, here we go. There's the bond market. All right. I'll put it up in a second. Okay. Bond market's doing nothing. SPY's doing nothing. Let's see. Have these numbers come out yet? I'm not seeing anything really. I mean, yesterday was more of a news than this. I mean, look at this. Nothing. I mean, just nothing really. Did you guys get the personal income number? Okay, here it is. PCE -3 or +3.3. That's not bad. I want to see how these numbers are. Okay, here we go. Okay, they were expecting 2.7, they got 2.4. And here they were expecting 2.7, they got 2.4. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean, the numbers are okay. They're not that bad. They're really not that bad. There's nothing really here to talk about. Pretty much online. I mean, let's see, QQQ. Nah, no impact on market. No impact on market. Fairly reasonable numbers. 2.5, 2.3, 2.7. They were a little bit below estimates, but that's not the worst thing. That's not the worst thing. They're not that bad. Personal income numbers are not that bad. Okay. They're really not that bad. Look, a year ago, 2.3, core 2.7, 2.4. They're not crazy. They're not that bad. Okay. This is giving chips a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a move in the bond market, but nothing to write home about. Yeah, just nothing at all. Nothing at all. Okay. All right. So the reports today are not really going to add much flavor to the market. Okay, now we can read through everything and then I can talk technicals, okay? No, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Consumption is being contained. Yeah, it's exactly right, Jeff. I'm interpreting it the same way. Pretty much forecast. I don't want to make some. The worst thing you can do in the market is create something out of nothing. It's a nothing burger. Okay. Meta and Microsoft gave us a nice little boost in a very specific sector, which only accounts for about 25% of the market. They both did really well. They had great forward-looking statements. President Trump said on Wednesday he reached an agreement with South Korea. They're going to invest money in America. When I see those signatures, that's when it's done. This is just all talk. Commerce said on Wednesday, U.S. reached trade agreement with Cambodia and Thailand. Trump tried to pull a fast one during market hours and say that the Fed is going to lower rates in September. And as he usually does, he has absolutely no evidence whatsoever. He's just doing what he always does. He's just giving us his opinion. The Magnificent Seven, we still have Apple and Amazon. The party's not over yet, folks. Before you get in hot and heavy, the party's not over yet. Okay? Neutral, right? Exactly, Jeff. Just neutral. Florida. As soon as we finish fixing full time in Florida. Nice, Penny. Hopefully close to us. We can hang out. You could take me on those helicopter rides. Wink, wink. So everybody except for Waller, and Bowman agreed that they shouldn't be doing anything anytime soon. Officials lowered their assessment of the U.S. economy, saying although swings in net exposure continue to affect data, recent indicators suggest the growth of activity moderated in the first half of the year. Yeah, I would agree with that. The Fed had earlier described growth as a solid pace. It's either going to be September or December. It seems to me and to almost the whole committee that the economy is not performing as thought a restrictive policy is holding it back inappropriately. Okay, he's right. It's not. You could see that by the numbers. We have made no decision about September. No, they haven't. I think they're going to just take it one day at a time. Seagate slid over 3%. That's not a great look. Teradyne is a chip stock. They had better than expected numbers. GDP came out, ADP came out. The numbers were fairly reasonable, nothing really too bad. Let me just take a quick look and see what the market's doing right now. It's moving a little bit higher on the bonds. Let's see if it's transferring into SPY. A little uptick, like half a basis point. SMH going down. Yeah, this is going to be a problem today, folks. And boy, oh boy, wait till I start talking about it. All right. Meanwhile, there's a 59% chance that they're not going to take action in September. I would have said that the odds would be 80 that they are, but the numbers have been better than expected. It's almost like somebody's trying to stick it to Trump because the numbers have been better than expected. Employment has been solid. We haven't seen the evidence of inflation of tariffs move in yet. We've got a lot of earnings over the next 24 hours. There's going to be a lot of volatility, which means you shouldn't be married to any particular positions. And they're not just in mega caps, they're also in financials, in healthcare, in chips. All right. What we have going for us is we're now expecting a 4.5% increase versus 2.8, which is giving us that carrot. That carrot is getting bigger. Okay. All eyes are on the personal consumption expenditures today. And as we've seen right here, core PCE, it just means we're contained. We're not really going anywhere crazy, which is a good thing. It's stability. It's not a bad thing. Personal income and spending, Chicago PMI. When is that coming out? Is that coming out at 9? This is not going to be a big report. After this is not going to be a big report. Let's see here. Jobless claims, you saw jobless claims, 221,000. I mean, they couldn't be better. Okay. They couldn't be better. Okay. What is Europe doing? Is Europe now, folks, when did the news on Amazon and not Amazon, when did the earnings come out on Microsoft and Meta? Last night. What did Europe do? What did Europe do? Europe didn't rally. As investors digested corporate earnings, mining stocks led the decline on Thursday after President Trump surprised metals market by exempting most commonly traded form of copper from his 50% tariffs. What did Europe do? Did Europe give us is Europe up 2% right now? No. Why isn't Europe up right now? I mean, the mega caps rally like crazy. How come Europe is not up? That's something I would consider right now. What about China? Well, China closed lower as the absence of stimulus from Politburo meeting and weak PMI data dampened, and real estate and commodity-related stocks declined. And look at China right now. It's coming off. China is starting to come off. China didn't give us any tailwind at night. Japan did, tracking Microsoft and Meta. Now, what were the biggest gainers? Was it tech stocks in Japan? No, it was bank and industrial stocks. Bank and industrial stocks. Do you see how the entire world is not buying this yet? That's a problem. That's a problem. I would keep that in the back of my mind. We know where the money's coming from, Meta and Microsoft. We know that's the big catalyst. But we also have CVS come out with earnings, and we have Qualcomm and ARM. And Qualcomm and ARM are down. Hard tech is going to offset the love that you're going to see from your mega caps today. Let me show you what the real market looks like. You see, you're a little confused. You think you're trading this, but you're really trading this. You think you're trading this, but you're really trading this. Well, that doesn't look all that good. No, it doesn't. Look at the Dow. How about equal weighted QQQE? That's the equal weight of QQQE. Roger, are you telling us that if we take out these mega caps, we basically have nothing? That's exactly what I'm telling you. Not only do you not have anything, you have a negative SMH today. And the SMH did not hit the 8-day EMA yesterday, did it now? Did it hit the 8-day EMA? No, it didn't. So what happened to all the indexes that hit the 8-day EMA yesterday? Up, up, and away. Uh, what happened to all the indexes that were not part of that? Roger, what happens if you take the strip away the market cap? You've got nothing. You've got nothing. Positive insight. You're thinking. What is it that you're thinking? Tell me what you're thinking. Maybe I could help you. Let's see how many thumbs up we have. We have 677 people in this room, and we have 251 thumbs up. Bob, you got to refresh your screen. We got 255 thumbs up. Okay. So do you guys see the problem? Not only are we not rallying, if you take away the mega cap, the Meta, and you take away the Microsoft, this is what you're left. No, this is what you're left with, actually, specifically. This is what you're left with. So does the market look really strong to you today? And does SMH look to you like it wants to go much higher? It's down today already. This is SMH all night since the news came out. This is SMH since the news came out on Meta and Amazon. Does the market look nearly as bullish? Do you guys understand why I dissect the market? And if you don't dissect the market, you will never see this view. You will always be looking at this instead of looking at this. Okay? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. And Qualcomm PMA pilot and Qualcomm is down 5%. And what was the other one? ARM is down 8%. You got that? PMA pilot, and SMH is down on the day, while QQQ, thank you Amazon and Microsoft, is up 1.33%. So I believe we are grossly overextended on these indexes. Not overextended, grossly overextended on these indexes. Grossly overextended on these indexes. I don't think we're going to go much higher from here. I believe this gap is going to get filled over the next 3 days. I am not increasingly becoming bullish right now. SMH still needs to come to the 8-day EMA, which it hasn't done yet. So I think we're going to see a lot of people getting suckered in this morning. Okay? A lot of people are going to be suckered into this morning into Amazon and into this rally on Microsoft and Amazon. I would be very, very careful right now. I mean, Meta, excuse me. Meta. I would be very, very careful right now. I would be very, very cautious right now because Amazon and Apple are at the end of today. And Apple is still the biggest company in the world last time I checked, or thereabouts. Please be careful. We don't know how this is going up, and SMH is going down today. It's not our friend. Look at Dow Jones. Look at RSP. Look at the intraday and look at the daily. Not cooperating. Look at QQQE. This is NASDAQ. This is NASDAQ when you strip away the market cap. Look at Russell 2000. You don't have nearly as much upside as you think today. Okay. Also, I want to show you something else. If you look at this, Look at the number of stocks making 20-day highs. 149. Look at it before. 151, 167, 286. The number of stocks making highs is going down, not up. Look at the number of stocks making 52-week highs. 89. Look. 69, 75, 122. It's going down. It's not coming up. If you look here, you will see that there's not that many stocks. There's 70 stocks making 6-month highs. There's 73 stocks making 50-day highs. There's less than 100 stocks making 1-year highs. You're not seeing what you think you're seeing across the board. Okay? You're not seeing what you think you're seeing across the board. We had 250 stocks going into this week on a Friday. Last Friday, we had 250 stocks making 90-day highs. Going into today, we have 141. We don't have that momentum that you think we have. The market does not look like this right now. Take away the NASDAQ 100. Look at the difference again. Look at the difference. Look at the difference between this and this. Big, 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 big difference. Big, 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 big difference. Big, 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 big difference. Hey, don't look now, but we just broke our record for our attendees. We have over 700 people here. Do you guys remember last summer we could barely get 600? Now we're getting 700. That means during the fall we'll get about 800 to 900 people here. We're almost at the 1,000. Look at that, guys. 700 people watching. You guys remember it was hard to get over 500 a year ago, and I told you we're going to get up to 1,000? Well, we're in August right now, and we have over 700 people here right now. Okay? All right. Let me post this for my team. They'll be happy to see this. 1 second. Now it's 7:06. That's what I'm talking about. And by the end of the day, we'll have about 1,500 people watching this video. We get 14 to 1,500 people watching this video. Right here, Richard. Here, I'll show you. I have a screenshot of it. I'll show you right here. See right here? You could see it on the bottom left below my mug. You could see how many people are watching. It's fluctuating. It's 7:02, 7:03. It got up to 7:06 a minute ago. I got a screenshot right here at 7:03. Okay? Breaking records. Remember, it was before we had 500, then 600, now 700. If this was like October, November, we probably have close to 900 right now. All right, let me continue. So to summarize everything, today's analysis is a perfect example of why you cannot afford to miss the taking apart that we do every morning. If you take the market apart today, you will see that we're not going into a lot of strength. Also, I want to show you something else that's bothering me. So if you look at this is our rotation. You could see that semiconductors and tech are up here. And you could see the QQQ's been pulled up here because of this. But notice something important. Look where communication and consumer discretionary are. Okay? Apple and Amazon is consumer discretionary. Apple and Amazon is consumer discretionary. I know, you're going to argue that it's tech. It is tech, but it's just as much consumer discretionary. If I put 100 people in the room and I ask them, what does Amazon do? Are they tech or consumer discretionary? Half are going to say, if you're a tech buff, you're going to say tech. If you're not, you're going to say consumer discretionary. Probably more women would say consumer discretionary, more men would say tech. I don't know. Or how about Apple? Is Apple tech or is it consumer discretionary? You're going to get into fist fights trying to figure that out. But consumer discretionary still and communication are still at the bottom. So folks, my point here is don't get caught up on the Microsoft and Meta. Don't get caught up. There's a lot more stocks out there right now. And as you could see, look what equal weighted SPY has been doing since yesterday. Equal weighted SPY. Look what the rest of the QQQ has been doing yesterday since the news came out. Look. Look what SMH has been doing since the news came out. We're below yesterday's close. We're below the VWAP all night long. Okay? Point is, things are not looking as pretty as this. They look more like this, which means we're not even at the 8-day EMA. We're struggling to get above the 8-day EMA on the equal weighted QQQ. And on the equal weighted SPY, we're below the 15-day EMA. And on the Dow, we're right where we are on the QQQs, pinched. Be careful right now, folks. Please be careful. This is not a time to be a hero. This is a time to stay. You know how we came into this week? I said very, very. Don't take a lot of very long-term positions right now. Non-directional trades, time spreads. Oh, speaking of time spreads, shoot, I totally forgot. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. I totally forgot. 1 second. If you're in the pit, I just send you a an update on the CVS bonus trade I gave you yesterday. Okay, yeah, 708. That's right, Bob. 708 people. Bob, Dr. Serena needs to come here to see this. Now 713 people. Nice. All right, so let me give you stocks that I'm looking at today, folks. Non-directional trades, day trades, very short-term swings. Don't get married to a position right now. And I don't like how the market's looking. Isn't it ironic? The market's making an all-time high, and I'm telling you how I don't like how it's looking. Matt's not here, Mark. Send an email to me, and I'll forward it to Matt. Matt@rogerscott.com. But there is, Mark. There is. I'm sure he can give it to you, okay? I'm sure there's a way to just turn it on. I don't think you need a script. But that's a good question, Mark. That's a good question. Yep. On the old computers. Yep. All right. So let me show you the stocks to the downside, okay? I'm just gonna use TC 2000 because it's just so much faster. I hope you guys don't mind. We're looking right here at the left side of the screen. KMX short. These are shorts. These are all shorts. CMG, FMX, Dow. I like Dow right here. Dow Chemical, not Dow Jones. Conagra Brands looks beautiful. That's a beautiful looking chart. Wix, ACI, AIG. A lot more stocks, by the way, popping on my short list now than they did a month ago. PRMB. Now this is a new one. QDEL. This is literally a new one. And QFin. They're not related at all, but they just have similar names, QDEL and QFin. I've never traded these two stocks in my life. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being 100% serious, but they're starting to look pretty good. And then MMC, that's a beauty right there. That's the best looking chart, short chart that we've looked at today, and Lulu. Those are the two best short charts. I can't believe I missed this trade right here. Got in right here, got stopped out right here, and look what happened. You know, if we didn't get a loss on this trade, we would have taken like 3 losers this year in the pit, in the whole year. And we've been on the whole year. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing ride. Now let's look at the long side, okay? Let's look at the long side. Yeah, market structure today is very choppy, Ira, and I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this for a second. For a second, okay? It'll either start coming off right away or it'll just huff and puff here and the next few days come down. The target is the 8-day EMA. Again, every time you look at this and you get bullish, just add this to your chart. QQQE. This is what happens when you take the market cap of all the mega caps and take them away. This is where the money is basically right now. I mean, my suggestion would be to have the mega caps on your charts today, because if the mega caps give up the ghost, this is what you're left with. If the mags give up the ghost, QQQ looks like this. I'm going to say that again fast. Look, if this gives up the ghost, there's 7 stocks here, not 5,000, 7. If this gives up the ghost, this ends up looking like this. And I'm being really specific right now. And I'm being really mathematical right now. I'm not giving you my opinions. I don't like opinions. So look, this is making this look like that instead of like this. Are you going to be looking at mega caps all day today? You bet your bottom dollar you will. All right, let me show you stocks that I like to the upside. JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley, obviously they're the same. You know, they're the same. I almost went long Morgan Stanley instead of going long uh, TSM yesterday, but I figured less exposure with chips. DKNG, beautiful stock, breaking out. GE is starting to look good again. VRT is looking good again. Estee Lauder is looking good again. Roblox is starting to not today. I guess they had earnings. Forget it. Not today. Not today. ANET is looking a little too good today, probably because of the it's correlated to the megs. Oracle, I like Oracle, a little overextended. These stocks are all of these tech stocks that are not chips are overextended. Look, ANET is overextended, Oracle's overextended. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nvidia is overextended. Folks, tech is overextended right now. BTI is looking good. VST is looking good. A little overextended. That's a solar nuclear stock. So my suggestion today would be this. Don't trade mega caps. Don't trade stocks that are too far away from the 8-day moving average. Look for stocks that are just coming off of the 8-day moving average, and you guys will be in a good place. Look for stocks that are like right here, not here, right here, right here. See the distance from moving average? It's not that far. That's what you're trying to find. You don't want this space. Okay? All right? Wow, 344 thumbs up. I like that. Would you say QQQ is the same as RSP? I would say QQQE is exactly the same as RSP. Here's what I'm saying. If you take away the mega caps, if you take this away, the 7 mega caps, you're left with this. You're left with this. And this doesn't look to me like it's ready to break out. This to me looks like it's ready to break down, or at least go choppy and go sideways. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe today. Take profits on your soft tech. Richard, take profits on your soft tech. Don't be foolish today. Folks, don't be foolish today. Don't believe that this is just going to continue and we're not going to kiss the 8-day EMA. Look what happens when we deviate from the 8-day EMA. We come right back to it. Look what happened yesterday. We opened right here. We came back to the 8-day EMA. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Now, I'll do a full review at noon. I'll give you my top afternoon stocks today, which I haven't been giving you the last few days because we've been so busy. Here is the link for the VIP room. Of course, I know you will, Richard. I wasn't talking to you. I just meant everybody else. I know how you play. You play how I play. So my agenda. Let me give you my agenda. Okay, very important agenda. What's the difference between day trading stocks and indexes? Should you use limit orders or market orders when day trading? Which assets offer the best leverage? When to turn day trades into swing trades? Why we don't day trade first half of the hour? How to identify trend days or choppy days during the first half of the first hour of the day or first half hour of the day? Why ATR should be on your charts if you're day trading? How does Matt select the end of day lottery trades? And I highly recommend you show up. And also, don't forget, we have a sneaky little program called Customer Service Live, where Cam and Gustavo get a chance to answer all of your questions. I hope you guys can make it and attend Customer Service Live. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the VIP room in just a couple hours. I got to get to the office, or I'll be late. Bye, everybody. Oh, remember the CVS trade. If you're in the pit, I adjusted the CVS trade from 30-cent limit order to 25-cent limit order for profit. It should still be more than enough. I mean, if you got in 15, 17, 25 is it's like 50%. I'll see you guys later. I'll let you know what's going on, and I'll talk soon. Bye. Great day, everybody.